Okay. Now... Huh. Damn it. Forgot about that. Alright. Let's just keep entering my room, please. Do I have... I do. No, that's... No... Perfect. That should get the message across. Let's check our mail. And I guess carry signs and random logs with me. Sure. Never a dull moment. But no, I've been cooped up for I think long enough. I think I've been hard at work. I deserve a day of break. Maybe if I'm quiet enough. Oh boy. I'll just be in a common area. I don't want to go back upstairs. On recent events. This is from a day or two ago. Okay. Prince Ezra, I'd like to speak with you directly as soon as possible. It appears the headmaster is choosing not to intervene at present. I'm inclined to see this less as neglect and more as a challenge. He wishes to see how we conduct ourselves. So we are in the uniquely advantageous position of being able to showcase our abilities as leaders, a chance we will likely not receive again this school year. I hope you see things similarly. High Chancellor Cassian Cambion. Wait, give me a portfolio? Now... Good evening.
Hello, Prince. Sorry, I'm setting up. I'm technically with the old blood at the moment. I'm sorry.
Yes, your voice does sound as such.
Forgive me.
Well, I wish to speak whenever you have a moment. Let's see. Well, it's done and passed. Meeple sign. Hello. Quick courting. Chance to get to know each other better. Today in 7 minutes at the ballroom. How do I look? Yeah, I've got my best dress on. I've got my coat. My nice smooth silk tie. I'm fine. Courting? I don't reckon that's too quick a thing, but I mean... It's a social. Is that everyone? Let's see if it's on this board. Oh boy. I suppose if it's a social, that can't be the worst thing.
More time to decorate.
Yes, that's everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
What you doing up there?
Nice fit. I don't know. I have a really bad habit of climbing things.
I concur. Welcome back down. Hey, look at us with our crowns. Are you two attending the quick courting?
I'm going for the fun of it.
I'm trying to avoid it.
Oh no.
I see.
Yes.
His Highness.
I found that concerning, to be honest.
I'm also
It's not
finding
even
that
that
concerning.
far.
Good evening.
The coordinates aren't
Evening,
even
Your
that far
Highness.
away, I don't
Is
think.
this a new dress?
It is one that I have had. I just simply have had no reason to wear it.
Well, it fits you quite nicely. Are you attending the quick courting?
I was hoping to, yes. Yourself?
I'll see you there.
I will see you there then, Your Highness.
Hello, Silas. Good evening.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Where did
Nice
Violet
to see
go?
you too.
I don't know.
They went that way.
I see.
Yes, I'm afraid I've
Regardless.
just learned of the event. I do not see these things quickly enough, I suppose.
I suppose not, though had I known that you were awake, I would have informed you.
Right. I just mean in the fact that I'm wearing somewhat of a usual outfit, but
It is quite alright. I do not believe that there is any dress code.
that's good. We're already halfway there, so it would be a pretty poor time to learn of one.
Of course. I believe if there was one, then it would have been posted.
It's in the ballroom, correct? No, that's
do
right. I
believe
did
so.
see they were setting up for that.
Indeed. It's quite splendorous.
Splendorous.
I mean that in the sense that it's opulent.
Opulent.
Is there something wrong with my word choice?
No, it's just you don't hear those words all too often, so it's refreshing, I suppose.
I see.
Oh boy. Read me. Welcome to Quick Courting, event hosted by Rosalind DRC. Plan for the night. This event is to help everyone have at least one conversation, hopefully with everyone at Everthorn. The tables will be in a circle, and you'll be partnered up with one other person for 2 to 5 minutes until the bell rings. Once that bell rings, everyone moves to the right, and hopefully you'll speak with everyone at the party. Look at the seat director if you need help understanding how it works. After the event, please go to the right side of the room where the hopper is located, grab one of the books, sign it, and drop it off. Thank you. Wonderful.
I
Where
did
did
not see
Violet go?
books last I was here. That is a great question.
No, it was definitely you.
Hi.
Good evening.
Lady Rosalind?
Hello. Go ahead and please start mingling. There's food and drinks over there. There's also a photo area over there. We'll begin in about 10-15 minutes, depending on how many people show up.
Of course.
Numbers are very crucial with this, so I want to make sure that no one shows up late.
Well, you've
I
got 3
see.
back there at least.
That's good.
In any case, unrelated to this, have you spoken with the headmaster at all about our kingdom building time slot?
No.
Tangled.
You may perhaps wish to do that. We do have a check-in today.
You might want to do that then, Monarch.
Wasn't aware that was something I needed to do, but I can look into it then.
I
Is that a new
informed
fit?
you about the check-in earlier
Wait,
this
that's
week.
a new fit on you too.
Was it something required of me to schedule
Hey,
it?
look at you guys go. Looking dapper. I'm just
Well, the
wearing my
headmaster
regular
requested it
clothes.
of either yourself or Lady Rosalind since she was in charge of the kingdom building.
Other people would be.
I see.
That's like
Yeah, I
the
mean,
same thing as
I dress pretty formally.
I would have
most
made
of
the time
time,
slot
so I
myself,
figured
however,
might as
the
well
headmaster
just
would not
keep
allow
wearing
it.
I definitely think we should go over requirements and things that are meant for me to do and meant for you to do.
Sure.
Perfect.
Also, hello, Violet.
hopefully.
Goodbye, Violet.
If you guys want to go inside, go ahead. There's drinks and foods. We'll be starting in about 10-15 minutes.
In that case, I will be right back.
Okay, then leave. Nicely. Go
Lady Rose-
change. I'm sure you'll have a reason. Please, do not hesitate.
That was quite a way to speak to the High Chancellor.
I won't even
Yes,
comment.
I must get better at my tone then.
Indeed.
You said we're free to walk around?
Yes, please. Do whatever you wish.
Quite the neat little setup here. Mystery food assortments. Hello. Hello. Don't mind if I do. How did... I don't even think... Myself and Ursula are the only ones here.
It almost
would've
feels quite
gotten to it.
sparse compared to the solstice, does it not?
In some ways, I think the room being brighter makes it feel a lot more open. Rather than
Indeed.
a darker palette makes you feel a little more enclosed and tight-knit.
I suppose. I will say, though, the chandelier is quite amazing.
Huh. Indeed it is.
Indeed, I am in awe of how she managed to get those streamers like that. Have you ever done an
Okay.
event like this before, Your Highness?
I've had my hand in a few different pots similar to this, yes. Not, I suppose, quick courting, but in setup similar to this.
I see. I was told that this was a type of event to get to know someone better. Though I was wondering what sort of topics you would speak about.
Well, I don't know if my advice is going to be exactly what you were looking for, but the way that I have been, I suppose, instructed or taught on how to speak to someone unfamiliar is just get them to talk about themselves. Anyone usually is going to look for an opportunity to do so, so you give them the floor.
I see.
You learn
So
more about them,
basically-
and they get to speak about whatever they're passionate about.
So let them do all the hard work.
Perhaps. You...
Well, would you not have to respond in kind?
No, certainly. You just have to ask the right questions, I suppose. Relate where possible, give a polite smile when you can, nod along. Like I said, this is at least my teaching, which is normally for a lot more quicker conversations, but do as you will.
I see. Apologies.
No, perfectly fine.
In any such case, were you able to craft your netherite armor?
Yes, I was. I haven't gotten to the tools yet, but my
I see.
armor is in good kind.
Well, if ever you need some, I do have more netherite on me.
I should have enough. I think I just need to find more enchantments.
Are there any in particular that you require?
Not that I know of, but I can assemble a list.
If you could, that would be greatly appreciated. I would prefer it that Court Bloodwyn is well stocked and protected.
I appreciate it.
Of course. And if anything, if you need enchantments, you can always refer to Eduardo.
Of course.
He is a librarian.
That does clear things up. I see Mateus.
I do indeed.
I replaced everything.
Hello, Mateus.
Turned out really good.
Hello.
Bringing this outfit back out, are we?
Yes.
It
Would
looks
you
quite...
like a photo?
Sure.
All right. Say cheese.
Blood cheese.
Are you not quite cold?
And if I could
I
get
don't
one with the
mind.
host herself.
Oh, okay. Mateus, there you are. One day you'll be able to pick it up.
He's got slippery hands.
Blood cheese.
Blood cheese.
You have to stop
Cute.
saying he has moist hands.
I mean, he's wearing the gloves for a reason.
Celica,
a
would you
reason.
like a photo?
I suppose.
Okay. Say blood cheese.
Blood
I have to speak with
cheese?
everyone tonight. That means I have to
Perfect.
speak with Cinder.
Let me see. I'll go
figure
ask
out
if
exactly
they
what
want photos.
strategy I would want there.
Of course.
Hmm.
It is quite impressive in here, is it not?
Yes.
I do believe.
Oh, wonder.
Anyway, Felix, how's your day?
I mean, it's going fine.
Yeah.
That red looks nice on
How's
you.
your day been? Yeah, I don't wear much red because it kind of clashes with my hair.
Oh, you found a nice shade of red that matches.
But I feel like this shade works.
Indigo.
Dude.
Mhm.
You and Mateus
Have we
almost
already
match.
lost him?
Mateus, come here. Stand next to Lord Felix here. Look at the two of them. Two peas in a pod.
Practically brothers.
Oh, if
Why do
you...
they both have their chests out?
I thought it
Might
would
be a
fit the
man
kitchen.
thing. They match well, don't they?
Who?
Indeed, they quite do.
Mateus and Felix here.
Oh.
Wonderful so far.
Yeah,
We
I
haven't
can see
started
it a
yet.
bit.
Chest out as well.
Oh my god. You have to point that.
Indeed, as I said before, are you not cold?
No.
Not
His
really.
hairs are standing up on end. All three of them.
I do not see any hairs.
You really have to look closely.
Really?
That
Please do
wasn't...
not.
Yeah, that wasn't...
Stop.
Oh, goodness.
I do not see what you're talking about.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, did you
What
have
are we looking at?
perhaps meet Lord
Oh.
Felix?
No, I haven't inspected him. It would be quite... Mateus, on the other hand, he
Good
usually
conversation,
orbits, so
Felix.
I'm quite able to see it.
I promise I will stay. You can.
It's nothing to
Go
be
back.
ashamed of.
Which
Good
look at
evening.
the time.
Hello. I am very excited for this.
Depending on how many people show up, we'll be going. The conversations will last about 3 to 5 minutes each, so you'll have ample time to have a good conversation with someone. So
Lovely.
I'm very excited. Did any of you read the part about the books after the quick courting event?
I
Yeah, so I
did
was
wear
going to
those
ask
out.
about...
They are in that corner over there. There are copies of the books. Once the event is done, you'll put your top 3 people that you had a good conversation with, and perhaps if something matches, you might receive a missive from me.
Oh, I see.
So, continue to mingle. Let me know if anyone wants any photos over there. I don't mind taking them. So, yes. About... how many more minutes? About 7 more minutes. So, enjoy. Have fun.
All right. Well,
So
hello
many
there.
rows.
Off he goes.
Hello.
Are you excited?
Indeed, he does.
I don't know. I've never done this. I guess
Seems
I'm
like a fun
nervous more
idea.
than anything.
Oh, it's just
True.
So what are these? Oh, never mind. I'm stupid. Sorry, I was
You
holding on
wouldn't
to
say
the question of what they were and only just now mentally caught up that you just described them.
It is all right. I'll be saying it again at the end, so everyone has their top 3 selections. It would be quite a pity if nobody actually matched with one another, but I'm going to try my best anyways. I also hope I can partake. Hopefully there's not a even amount of people.
I do know Felix has been, at least for a few events now, searching for a wife, so it could be perhaps something where you can
What?
match him up with anyone.
Huh?
You brought it
He
up, I
is.
believe.
He
at
just
the
started
beginning.
dating. I just went on his first date with him.
Oh. Well, I know since I believe it was the winter ball, he was seeking a wife. It was him and Seven that were shopping him around.
Do you know if Seven's looking for a wife?
That I do not.
Hmm.
What, Felix isn't your fancy?
He is too kind for me.
I was gonna say the glossed over eyes, the two-toned hair.
You know, we do
Mateus'
have a lot
style.
of similarities. But he's too inexperienced.
Oh.
But very kind. Did I tell you he gave me earrings?
Oh, earrings?
Yes, he brought it as a gift.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, he's very sweet, very kind.
That is very kind.
Mm-hmm. Take pointers.
So, Mateus, who do you have your eyes on tonight?
I haven't. I don't really have quote unquote crushes around the school right now.
Quote unquote.
So you just like someone instead of just a crush?
Well, yes, he's very mature. He's too old for something as crushes. He has interests. Is that correct?
Sophisticated.
Yes, indeed.
Are you looking at who you're interested in?
Yes.
Cassian?
Daphne?
Felix?
Aren't
Leonidas?
Daphne and Cassian?
Mm.
Anyone that interests you?
You were either looking at... You were looking at one of the demons. Is that Dante back there? Leonidas or Cinder? I would hope it's not the latter, but... Is it Leonidas? You can't just leave us in suspense.
Is it Celica? She's over there.
Oh,
he's looking at
that
you.
ship has sailed. Or sank?
It crashed.
It crashed.
Let's see. So far,
Cassian?
1, 2, 3. I'm going to count everyone. I'll be back.
Are you looking at Cassian or Violet?
I'm truly not a fan of Cassian myself.
Can't say he's up there for me either right now. I'm dreading 2 conversations tonight so far. So what, Violet's got your eye?
I don't know. Violet asked for my blood earlier, so I don't know how
Asked
I
for
feel
your
about Violet
blood?
right now. Yes, for somebody else, but it was still weird coming. Like she just popped out of nowhere and asked for it.
Yeah.
Talking about chocolate spidered eyes and about how they pop, and I had to get away.
Wise.
Ew.
I'm still unsure at who Matthias is looking.
Can you just tell us?
I don't have anyone. I'm just gonna.
Oh, you're just staring.
Yes.
But not denying when Rosalind said, "Oh, are you looking at who you're crushing on or interested in?"
I'm looking for a new crush.
Oh, so you're available. Well, this
Felix
is
is
the
looking
perfect
for a
event
wife.
then. Does he look like a wife to you?
Matthias is a
looking to get married.
fashionista. You can change.
What? No.
Change everything about yourself so you can be a wife.
I have nothing to say to you right now.
A shame.
Oh, so when do those IOUs go into effect?
Oh no.
Oh no. Why did you say that?
Practically, I believe whenever. I think there's... I forget what terms I actually put on there, but I think there's a... I think I wanted to put an expiry date and also a cooldown on when you could use them. Like,
don't
no more
think I
than
read
once a day.
anything. What? Okay. Okay. I've been saving them.
Yeah, what are you
Hmm?
planning? What are you plotting?
Nothing. I'm just keeping a hold of them for when I really need them.
I paid him
Yes.
for the dress, so he has to wear it now.
And you didn't wear that here.
Would have been the perfect place to wear it.
No, I don't think so.
You would have found a suitor immediately.
I'm looking for a suitress. Is that a difference? Suitor, gender neutral?
I think it goes both ways.
Pretty sure you go both ways, but I'm not going to comment
I
on
think.
that out loud.
Well,
Eyes on
Mr.
Paxton.
Paxton.
He's a good man,
For
got a
you.
good jawline. No, I'm saying for you. Is that a potential new interest for you?
But what about for you? Aren't you the prince?
I've got eyes. But
On
I keep
vampires?
I keep my my cards close to my chest.
I see.
Mm.
Good call.
We'll say I don't think they're here tonight, which is a true shame.
I do wish more people would show up. I fear that it may be
We could go dorm to dorm.
a bit of a
Hell
frat
no.
party. Give me a moment.
Of course.
Maybe people are just shy to go on speed dating.
You know, I think Violet could be a good match for you.
I mean, I know nothing about Violet, but I guess today would be the day to get to know her.
Precisely. She's Veswin's roommate, so you might be able to ask Veswin for some share of information.
All I've heard from Rose and Veswin is that Violet runs away every time she's near somebody.
So you can be the person that she doesn't run from.
Good point.
Alright, once the people in the back start coming,
Good.
I'll let him read. Alright, is everyone here ready for quick courting? And is everyone wanting to participate?
I hear no dissent.
Indeed.
Perfect. Then, everyone, stand still. I need to count you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, it is even, so that means I will not be participating. That is a bit of a shame. But that means that we can get started. So we have 12 seats, so I would need to get rid of a few of them here. So if everyone could please go to one of the corners, I just need to rearrange the seats. But we will start to begin here soon. Which one do I get rid of?
I think if you just remove one of the ones on each side, it'll be good.
I truly
one of
am
these
dreading
and one
having
of
to
those.
speak with Cinder.
Going to put
That's a conversation I'd rather avoid.
make it more circular.
Alright, I will assist.
Well, I
Wait,
appreciate
how
it.
does
Thank you.
this work?
What?
I've never seen these chairs before. Oh, come on.
You've
I've
never,
never seen a chair
Okay.
before.
That is all right. They're a bit new. The table down. Okay, so if everyone could please take a seat at one of the tables. Does not matter who you are seated across from.
Why?
What?
Oh my.
Aha!
Okay, everyone has found their seat. I'm going to explain the rules of how this is going to work. These trapdoors indicate a wall. Cassie and I went through it earlier, and it should work. You
Should
should
have
be
picked a
able to
better
meet
seat where I
every
can
single
see.
person if you follow along. So, everyone on the inner circle will be going to their right. So, Violet, say if you move to the next one, you will be sitting where Mateus is. And Felix, once you're done speaking with Silas, Silas will go off to this side where the prince is sitting, and you will be sitting where Silas is. And you'll be going around until you wind up with the person that you are sitting across from now. Does that make sense?
And just to let you know, everyone goes to their right.
Yes,
only
everyone goes
people
to
that-
their right.
Don't go to their right are the person on the outside of this table who switches with the
So
person
I
on the
speak
inside.
to Daphne next.
And the person on the inside at this table who goes to the outside.
Oh,
So-
okay. So
Okay, so once we hit the wall,
Interesting.
we're switching places with the outside person.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right. And then
so when
we
Silas
keep
moves, I
moving
move to
around.
their chair.
Exactly.
Right.
Just remember, you're going to your right.
And if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask me. I do not mind.
You'll get used to it after a second.
Due to the number of people that we have, you'll be having 5-minute conversations. So I hope you all brought some questions that you wish to ask everyone. The meaning of this is to get close to everyone.
I don't have questions.
Please enjoy. Once the 5 minutes is up, I will ring the bell just like this, and you will leave your space because I am sure that you all will want to speak a bit more privately. You will leave that space, go to your next one, get into a space, and once you hear the bell ring again, that means your 5 minutes has begun. So, is everyone ready to play some quick courting?
Ready?
Indeed.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and leave this space and get into private ones. I will ring the bell when it is ready.
Hello.
Good evening. I'm afraid we already got quite a lot of our conversations out in the... That was quick. Farewell. No, I'm afraid we already conversated quite a lot in the pre-show.
Yeah, I didn't realize that when we sat, wherever we sat, we would be starting with that person. Well, I guess I would have had to talk to you eventually.
Indeed. Let's see. I believe I'm speaking with Daphne next, if I understand. And then we'll go right. Oh, I think you get to speak with Felix.
Daphne? Did you skip a table?
Well, if everyone's
am I not
going right,
understanding?
then I take Violet's place, and then Daphne would take
Oh.
Celica's.
Okay. I see now.
An interesting system for sure.
Definitely.
So you truly don't have eyes on anyone yet.
I don't think anybody here interests me.
What does interest you? What is your ideal type, I suppose?
Oh,
If tomorrow someone was to miraculously appear in front of you, what do they look like?
Well, I barely left the house growing up, so my only interaction was Rose, and
Are you saying your
we
type
ended up
is...
being... No. Well, I do enjoy her personality of always being on adventure. I'm not the type of person to sit around on picnic dates. I'd rather go out adventuring and fight things. Although most people probably wouldn't like that.
So you need someone similarly lively. Okay.
Yes.
You a height type of guy?
I'm a what?
Are you... Do you care for height? How tall, how short?
Oh. No, I don't really mind.
Okay. I'm already looking out for Felix. I don't know particularly what he's looking for, but I can look out for you as well. It is the least I can do.
Thank you. I believe they call that a wingman.
Sure. You got a preference on hair color?
I think everybody at this academy has different types of hair colors, so it's hard to pin down one.
Well, ignore Everthorn and just think, again, someone shows up right outside the dorms and is your perfect partner. What do they look like? What color hair do they have? Let's build them. Let's imagine. Close your eyes.
Okay. I guess dark-haired color.
Okay. Dark as in just like black hair, or just as long as it's like what
dark
a
tones.
okay, like a dark blue might work for you.
Yes.
I see. What about eye color? Do you have any preference on the orbs looking back at you?
Just not yellow.
I wonder why. Do
I don't know.
you
Sometimes
expect a common level of education? Do you think you could match yourself with someone that hasn't been as educated as you? Or on the other side, someone that has been educated much more than you? Do you think you would be able to keep up?
I don't think I would be able to keep up, but at least somebody around my expertise.
I see.
I don't know. I was talking to Silica, and she was very socially unaware.
Mm.
And I was like having to explain everything to her.
Yes, that is. Yes. What else? Do you have an ideal court? Are you a vampire-only type of guy, or are your options open? Any preference, actually.
I'd rather not mingle around other courts. But
You do take a preference to sea monsters, usually, right?
That's just a pure coincidence.
Well, often you can have these sort of preferences without realizing them. I feel like a bell is about to be rung, is what I was going to say, and then it got rung before I could actually say it.
If the personality matches well, then that's good.
Very well. Enjoy your chat with Felix.
Thanks.
I'm being kept.
We move to our right, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Go to your right.
Are we? Oh. I can make a space.
Of course.
Hi.
Would you like me to make the room?
Good evening.
Yes, please.
Hello.
I was going to say it earlier, but it got lost in the crowd. There's a very nice dress on you.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad
also
you think
biased
so.
towards
I think
red.
Yes, I believe it fits the theme.
Certainly. How's your evening going?
It's going fairly well. I'm very excited for this event.
How was your first conversation?
It went all right.
Oh, just all
Dante
right.
is well. It wasn't the most riveting, but still a nice conversation.
Certainly. No, Mateus was my first conversation. He did not realize that that was going to be the arrangement, and so we had already been talking pre-event. So we were primarily focused on trying to find someone that he would like. And I'm pretty sure I've got it nailed down. They're in this room.
Oh, really?
Truly.
Goodness, who could
He
it be?
described that he wants someone with darker toned hair, any eye color but yellow, and he said that he did not have any preference. Well, he didn't like to mingle around with the other courts, but I do know that he keeps in touch with some sea monsters. He said he doesn't have much preference for Rosalind, so that narrows it down. And I think I've got the potential match for him.
You aren't related, similar to the demon courts. Yes, you are.
No.
Okay, well then that puts my suspicion on someone to our left. My left, I suppose.
Well, see, I
that
was
who you
looking
were
at other
thinking of?
courts because
Hmm.
I'm not sure. He
Trying to see who
he
is
mentioned
around
that
dark
he
hair.
didn't speak much with Violet before, but has had some few odd interactions.
Oh.
I'm thinking that Mateus might be perfect for Paxton. Or Paxton might be perfect for
Oh.
Mateus.
Really?
Indeed.
I could see them getting along.
Certainly.
What about you? Are you looking for someone?
Not in this room, no. I'm more here as I figure this is a good opportunity to actually get to mingle with the other courts.
Yes, it
And
for
I
sure
believe that
is. It definitely is.
you and I have spoken all too much.
We have not, though. We should speak more.
Oh, certainly.
Though, since we. Well, because she is my best friend, I must know. What do you think about
Huh?
Katerina?
Oh. Katerina.
Yes.
Well, we're in a similar echelon, I suppose. I'm the prince, she is the soul. So I have a base respect for her off of that.
That is good.
She certainly has a decent fashion sense, which...
Decent. I would say it's more than decent.
Oh, more than decent, certainly. Some people around here certainly just don't have the same sense in fashion.
Are you talking about Cinder?
I'm talking about a lot of the demons, frankly, but... I was looking at Cinder initially, and then Dante caught my eye, and I realized that it applies to quite a lot of people.
To be fair, I believe I dragged them along, so it was. I don't think they were fully prepared.
No, but she is a very exquisite taste in the arts and fashion and the like.
Yes, she is. Oh goodness, what else could I think of? I'm not sure what to ask you.
Wish
Oh,
I
do you have
could-
any siblings?
No, it is a matter of culture. The child of the sovereign is singular, as to not create any competition for the throne.
I see. But wouldn't that raise an issue if the child does not wish to, well, rule?
Well, it's the... How do I put it? We are very honor and respect based, so it's never a thought I've truly had not to rule. It is the highest honor that could be graced upon me. Of
course
all
it
of
would
the
be.
faces or souls I could have been born into. I am me, and me is I. Do you have any siblings?
I do. I don't believe you were there. Oh,
Nor will I ever get to
Well,
learn,
quickly.
how unfortunately.
oh, I
Unless...
guess not. I suppose that will remain a mystery unless you speak to someone about it.
Perhaps. I wish to speak again at some point, so take
Yes,
care.
of course. You as well.
Oh no. I'm gonna drop a bomb on his poor guy.
Group? You have a group. You have a group specifically? Okay.
Good evening, Paxton.
Evening. I didn't see you had a group all to yourself.
No, yes, I figured it was easier than making a new one all for every turn. Let me... The person I have my eyes on is unfortunately not here tonight. So I'm more here as a...
your eyes on a person?
Oh, of course.
Do tell, do tell.
I keep my cards close to my chest, I'm afraid.
Okay. Not a hint?
Odd-colored hair, I would say. Well, by normal standards, I suppose, outside of general court commonalities. Do you have your eyes on anyone tonight?
Tonight?
I like the way you're looking. I no longer like the way you're looking. I like that way you're looking.
Oh, I see. The odd-colored hair, I really... it's not that difficult.
Not Felix. Like I said, she is not here tonight.
Oh, right. My memory. Apologies.
Well,
But
honestly,
no,
given my
you know.
own, I don't figure there's too many odd colors of hair. But regardless, who do you have your eyes on? Who are you
In
anxious to have a
general, or
conversation with tonight?
honestly, a lot of people. I've had pretty good conversations up with, like, you also, like, I've talked to you before,
Mm-hmm.
but there's people coming up that, like, I haven't talked to a lot.
There's people I'm dreading having a conversation with, not out of anxiety or butterflies, but solely I just don't want to have a conversation with them. No, I was talking to a certain someone tonight, and Baxton, I won't give you any sort of runaround, but
Oh,
they didn't name you directly. However, you
they
fit
named me directly.
every single one of their standards. They described they like dark-toned hair, which you have. Any eye color but yellow, which you have. They didn't mention a court preference, or they said usually they keep to their own court, but I know that they have relations with some other sea monsters. And so I think you fit right in that. They didn't want anyone too smart for them, but they also didn't want anyone too, I suppose, oblivious for them, and I believe that you match them perfectly in intelligence.
I don't know whether to be insulted or complimented.
Mix of both, I would say. Complimented.
And I just realized who you talked to.
Who are you thinking I'm implying?
Wait, no, never mind. He wouldn't. No.
Come on, think aloud. Think aloud. I'm curious.
No,
the
I thought
thought
you meant
process.
Cinder, but he won't like.
No,
he
I have not
say
spoken
stuff like
to him.
that up front. Okay, then I just don't know how this works anymore. I'm gonna give up.
Well, it cycles a
minutes,
bit oddly.
But I
You
think that,
skip
like,
a person.
I do.
So I've
I'll give
spoken
you-
with. Well, I can't give you a direct answer. But yeah, someone here, I think, has eyes for you, whether they know it or not.
I think they were describing anyone without yellow eyes and dark hair.
And someone of the sea monster court of similar
That
intellect.
it was.
They like someone that has an adventurous spirit. They were describing someone, Rosalind actually, who they don't think they could be with because she is adventurous but quiet at the same time. This person mentioned they don't have the patience for picnic dates, and they would rather go adventuring, perhaps. And you strike me as an adventurous spirit. Someone that perhaps thinks the same, and would rather an adventure over a sit-down picnic date. Is that correct?
I'm so lost on who it is. Well, I don't have an opinion, really. Haven't had either, so I...
Oh, well, they could change your world then.
I see.
Yes, I think you two would be a good pairing.
Oh, okay.
Now, well, what's your type? Quickly, what are you looking for in a partner?
They have to be kind.
I would think this person is.
So, that's about it.
Type of hair color or eye color or education are you looking for? Court preference even.
I don't.
Quick round.
Give it him. I don't really give it him. I don't.
You what?
I don't care.
Oh. You two will be perfect. I will be keeping my eyes on your conversation.
So curious. He has his own
blight.
Group. You have to join his group. Oh wait, never mind. We're skipping a
Would you
person.
like
I
to
know
make
how
the
this
space, or
works.
would you like me to make the space?
I will make the space.
Let's see if he gets it.
Hello.
Good evening. Good evening.
I guess we both just had our own spaces.
Yes, I figured it was easier than creating one over and over again.
Fair enough. How have your chats gone so far? Who have you quick courted?
No one. The suitor, I suppose, that I have my eyes on is not here tonight, so I'm more here
Oh,
as
so
a...
you're just making friends.
Indeed. And
I see.
I think setting other people up.
Oh, who so far?
Well, I spoke with Mateus, and he described to me his type, and I realized as chatting, his type perfectly aligns to be the one and only Paxton over there.
Does it really? What qualities does he search for?
Darker hair, any eye color but yellow, someone on the same level of education as him.
Okay.
And he mentioned not having a court preference or usually keeping to his own court. But I know that he is close with at least a few sea monsters, which Paxton, of course, is. He also mentioned that he is an adventurous spirit, and that he's not one for a sit-down picnic sort of ideal, of which Paxton, I believe, is. The same, of course. He is adventurous. So far, I believe that they're a pretty perfect match. And when I asked Paxton his own standards, he said that he has none. He has no preference. He has no baseline.
He has no preference at all? That's
no preference.
That's it? Okay, Pax.
Anyone. I can't tell if it's desperation or confidence, but...
Yeah, it's definitely one of the two, right? While I have you, by the way, I should let you know I've sent a letter.
Yes, I received
regarding...
it. Did you send photos as well?
I did not send photos. What are the photos of?
Nothing. It was just concerning photographs that I was unsure of. I thought you had included them, and I was not sure what to make of that.
Although I will say that my courier was a teacher, and depending on when those photos were placed, they may have more information. You could speak with Professor Castiel. It was, I think, 2 days ago that I put it in, or had him put it in your mailbox.
Right.
Anyway.
What is your... I suppose we'll have a better conversation later, but... What is your take on the events?
I find it hard to fault Cinder for a desire to uphold a verbal contract. That is part of our custom. That said, he certainly went overboard. There's no denying it. I don't know exactly how many raccoons were placed, but by all accounts it was between 50 and 100, which is...
animal cruelty, I'd
almost ridiculous. I hope not. Not Paxton. Cinder is usually quite loving towards Jimothy, so I would be surprised to find that he was mistreating the animals. But I do still think that he did too much, shall we say.
Right.
I think the most telling thing for me right now is that the headmaster seems to be keeping all hands off, which means that we may have time to figure out a satisfactory conclusion without involving the administration or faculty.
Certainly. If it does help, I wish to have a conversation with you, and then when I walked outside, and... Yes, I came downstairs, my court briefed me, I step outside, and the headmaster was already immediately there. Here, we're getting a photo. Look friendly. Perfect. Yes, I was going to reach out to you for a conversation, but then I walked out and the headmaster was already there, so it became an administration thing.
Well, I don't blame you for going to the faculty. It would still seem that the headmaster, I mean, he hasn't reached out to me, so... And I have seen him in person since then. So I don't mean to say that he's not getting involved at all, because he probably wouldn't hate to, but I think that he wants us to... Or he wants to sit back at now, for now, at first, to see what we do.
Perhaps we can conversate after this event, then.
Perhaps. I admit, I wasn't there, so any knowledge that I've heard has been secondhand.
Right.
All right. Well, looks like that's our time.
Indeed.
Always
I
a
will
pleasure.
see you after this then.
See you. On my ways.
It was
Not
lovely
me.
speaking with you.
Do
Wait,
I
do I
stay
get
or do I
feelings?
go?
I'll see you
Yeah,
later.
do I?
Felix!
Oh, no, I'm just hello.
Alright, do you want me to make a
Would you like
I
me to
will
make
make
it?
this. I can make it.
Okay.
Do I stay or do I go?
You're here, yes. Because you were in my chair, correct?
That is correct.
Yep, so you loop around, and then next you'll take Dante's seat.
Understood. Okay.
How have your conversations been?
So far, they have been good.
Anyone you have
So
your
far,
eyes
they
on?
have not here. No,
Oh, not
they've all
here.
been good. Not here.
So who has your fancy?
I would not say one of my friends. But
I do know
wish to
that
ask them.
Somera has your fancy, correct? A certain
How
number.
do you know? How do you know?
I am the best gambler there perhaps ever is. I've overheard
Quinn.
some things. I will...
Like what?
I never kiss and tell. Well, look. I have my suspicions off of what I've heard and what I've been told and interactions I've seen.
I would really like more information, please.
What draws you to Somera? Tell me about this person. What draws you to them without having to describe them?
I don't.
For example, I
wish
like
to-
that she is level-headed. I like that she is kind and courteous and polite.
You have someone you fancy.
We're focused on you, fear not.
No, yet revealing quite a bit, Prince.
Well, the whole idea is that you're not revealing all too much. I'm just saying you can describe who you have this fancy on in Somera.
The fact that you know the chords. I like the fact that they make me laugh, and for a moment, I'm able to forget myself in an appropriate place.
There's no shot it's
That's
Luciella.
the best way to describe it. Now back to you.
No.
No.
I'm curious about yourself. I've already given a few points as example for you, but
I've given 2.
what do they like
Is
to
that
do?
enough?
What do they do in their spare time?
I feel like if I reveal it, I might reveal who it is, and I don't wish to.
Surely not.
Well, they like magic,
Oh.
and they like to adventure and such.
And they have an A in their name, don't they?
There are 7 vowels in the alphabet. Are you guessing, or you truly know who it is?
I know who it is. I just want to hear you say it
How?
personally. You make it
I'm not
quite
going to say
obvious. See, normally with cards, you either keep them close to your chest or, you keep them exclusively on your side. You've got them flipped around for the world to see, I reckon.
Have I been that obvious?
Oh, certainly. I am guessing out of my
I don't
behind.
believe so. I believe you're messing with me, Twins.
If I was messing with you, I would have gotten some things wrong by now, wouldn't I have?
Yeah, but I feel like. Okay, but all this could be probability. That's what I'm choosing to believe.
If you wish. Look, I'm trying to help you grow comfortable. I mean, you haven't told this person about your feelings, certainly.
I have not. I'm waiting for the opportunity.
Oh. So if that opportunity were to arise, let's say you're both sitting under a beautiful cherry grove tree. The wind is lightly rustling, petals are hop, skipping, and jumping over your legs, sitting together. The perfect, serene, quiet moment. Maybe there's a bubbling brook in the back. You hear the gurgling of the water across the stream. It is the
quite
perfect
romantic.
moment. Do you think you would have it in you to say anything?
I would like to believe that I do, but in truth, I don't know.
See, it's all about confidence, Violet. You need to be able to be comfortable that you feel this way for them. What would you say in the situation? What would you like to say in the situation?
Well, I would like to ask them to the Philfolk Valentine's Ball. So I would probably ask them to that.
Soul Read. They are quite involved in that, aren't they? Wouldn't they be asking you?
That is what I'm worried about. Is that they have not asked me yet. To another day, Prince.
Well, they might just be busy with setting it up. So keep your hopes open, I suppose. Or perhaps I'll come. I'll contact them for you. I
No, Prince. Sorry, Prince. No.
I jest. Enjoy your next conversation. Hey, you might have an in. You might have an in. You might be able to communicate quite well there.
No. I'll speak to you later.
Of course.
Oh, hello, Celica. I'll make us a space.
Hello.
Do you wish to make
Good
a
evening.
space?
Or do you want
I can make one. I guess.
Have your conversations gone?
Okay.
Considering I didn't prep any questions, they've actually gone pretty good.
Well,
How about
see,
you?
I've come here not to court, but more just to conversate with people I usually, I
I'm
suppose, wouldn't.
Kind of the same, yes.
Oh, but an eligible partner like yourself, surely you'll find something. Who have you had your eyes on? Are they here tonight, or?
In terms of courting, no one really. I'm going to be honest, but
Oh, so they're not
I have
here
enjoyed getting to know people.
You know, I am
No.
thinking. I'll run you through some questions that I've discussed with someone else.
Okay.
We're gonna find out your ideal. 'Cause I think myself quite the matchmaker, Silas. You're in good hands.
Okay, I trust you.
So someone shows up at your door tomorrow. Okay? I want you to
Yes.
close your eyes. Just imagine this with me.
Okay.
So you go to the door tomorrow. You've woken up, and someone is at that door. Okay? What color is their hair? They are perfect for you, mind you. You open the door and your breath is taken. You are gasped. You are choked up at how perfect they are for you. So what color hair do they have? Is it long? Is it short? Are they bald?
I would say it's hard to tell with the discoloring that the water does. I live underwater.
Right. Oh, So let's say you're not in the water on this particular occasion. What color hair do they have?
I would say probably black or brown hair.
Is this a preference for darker toned hair, or do you specifically like black or brown?
I would say a darker tone in general.
Interesting, okay. What
I don't
color
mind
eyes do
hair,
they
but
perhaps
I would
have?
say that's the first that comes to mind. Blue, any shade of blue.
What about yellow? Does that do anything for
I
you?
mean, potentially, as long
Interesting.
as the person is nice. I suppose I don't really mind what eye color they have, or hair
Right.
color, or any color.
Let's say things have worked out well with this perfect match. What does a date look like?
My ideal date.
Yes. Well, your ideal date is their ideal date. So what might that look like?
I would say I wouldn't mind an adventure, whether that be in the Nether or in the overworld. I do appreciate a more intimate sit-down moment, but it depends on the person. If I already know the person, then I've probably already had those intimate moments with them. I wouldn't mind adventure.
Interesting. Do you have any court preference? Or I suppose, how would you rank them?
I have no preference. They're all even in terms of courting.
I see, I see. What if I told you I know someone that fits pretty much all of those criteria? Dark-toned hair, yellow eyes. Deliberate, or like explicitly said that their ideal date would be going adventuring. And their type was dark-toned hair, any eye color but yellow. And like I said, date preference, someone that matches them in education. And when asked about court preference, they said that they preferred their own. However, I know that they are quite close-knit with a good few sea monsters.
Is it Mateus?
I think you found your match.
I don't know if I would pursue them in a courtship, but I'm not opposed to friendship.
Oh, I would say it lines up with everything you described. So perhaps it's worth another shot or another conversation. See Mateus here in a new light.
Maybe. I also have to see if I am ready for that sort of relationship.
That is a classic dilemma, I suppose.
What about you? Do you have a match? Oh, well.
Saved by the bell. What is going on here?
Something's not right here.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I didn't. Oh.
Did we do something wrong?
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
hello again.
I don't think this is right.
Lady
Yes.
Woodland? Me and Celica are now back
wait, no.
together, and also I know Felix and Silas started at the beginning, and
Oh,
now
hey,
also back
hey
together.
there.
Something's off.
Okay,
But then,
Tax, you go here.
but then me and Leonidas end up together again. Somebody messed up somewhere.
I don't think it's on me.
Do we just skip a person?
Have you talked to Silas already?
I haven't talked to Silas. I haven't.
No, I
talked
think
to
this just loops us back around.
Violet. I haven't talked
I
to.
suppose we could just
Daphne,
pair up for the
and I
last
haven't
two.
talked to-
Okay, Leonidas, we're gonna talk.
Hello, Silas.
Ezra.
I don't know where we're sitting, but we can find somewhere.
Now, what
Oh,
is
okay.
this little machination on your shoulder?
Wilson.
What did you call him?
Wait, hold on,
Wilson.
I've spoken with all.
I thought you said
I've-
Milson
I've
for a
spoken
second, and I
with-
was.
I've already spoken with Celica. I've already spoken with Lady Celica.
I do like Milson.
Yeah.
I'm not spoken with Yes.
Maybe that
I-
would be
I-
another
I have not
addition.
spoken with.
Am I speaking then
Right.
to Wilson or to you for this quick courting?
Are you sure you do not wish to?
You know, here I have an
Wilson
idea.
cannot-
Where should I?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
our last two, correct?
If you want to keep track of time.
Or
We have one after this.
I am not the best at that.
I did not get Leonidas or Cinder, so
Right. Because
actually,
if we're to be completely straight here, I was told you were dragged here, and from what I've spoken with you, this doesn't seem like your crowd or your preferred habitat scenario.
not really. I'd
What say
argue
we
I'm
do
going-
not move?
Oh, yes, I agree. We stay here for the next bit of time.
Yes, you and I have a conversation, and then I have unfortunately woken up to another one of these.
Oh,
So we
dear.
can have him and Wilson have a conversation,
Oh, I see.
and then I can conversate with Wilson, or you can conversate with it.
To talk with that. I'm gonna be completely honest.
I don't talk with it. They just kind of show up every once in a while. I don't know. I truly don't understand them.
Well, I mean, you are they not?
Well, you see, Dante, when we were prepping for the court solstice, I was trying to figure out what, of course, we could bring or what we could offer. And I, of course, had the rose crowns. I thought the rose crowns were quite a
Yes.
good idea. And then while I was out gathering roses for them, I find this, like, wall in the snow. And it details if I give whatever stuff and stuff it into the barrel, like a photo of myself, a strand of my hair. I think it wanted me to sign some book. then I could get these little plushies, and I thought that would be a perfect idea. And at this point, I'm thinking it might be a cruel prank because they just keep showing up. No matter how many times I try to get rid of them, no matter how many times I stuff them away, more just appear.
Now, I have to ask, did you sign away your soul?
I don't think so. There was a pretty big book, so I put my name at the end. I was rushing around. The solstice preparations were quite busy, so I don't know. I assumed the terms were just... Because I skimmed through the first few, and I think it was just, here's what you need to start your order, put in a photo of yourself, money, blah, blah, blah. Don't put in a request for someone else, stuff like that. And so I assume it's just legal protections.
Why would one need legal protections for a plushie?
Well, I mean, the plushies, I'm no fool. I think they can be used in ways I would not personally be comfortable knowing.
I suppose.
I've been receiving threatening photos of them burned over campfires or drowned. And, I mean, maybe it's just that. I mean, making sure you don't get a plushie of someone else in malice and then use it to, you know, be weird or burn it or drown it. But, I don't know. I was rushing, so I requested it. And I mean, it's a plush. I don't think there's really all too much bad that
you might
can
need
come.
to reread that contract you signed.
Have you requested one? Have you found this booth?
I have found that booth. I grow ever concerned.
Did you request one?
No.
Oh. We could have them have little play dates.
I could have that with Wilson.
Well, I like him being on your head. He fits quite snugly up there.
Yes. Really does like to wrap around. Wrap around the inside and not the outside.
Mm. Yes.
Okay.
I'm afraid it was lost on me, whatever that was referencing, but...
around the outside, you know? Around the outside, around the outside.
Can't say I'm all too familiar. How have your conversations been tonight? Have you had any decent ones?
Nothing too deep, no.
I have found
Pretty
two
surface level.
eligible suitors for Mateus. He was my first conversation, so I asked of him his standards, and then a great number of my other conversations, I also tried to figure out standards, and I believe that Mateus could be well matched with at least two of the people here.
Oh dear. Who are those two?
I think that his standards perfectly align with Silas and Paxton. Paxton and Silas, when I talked to them about their standards, that also lined up with Mateus. Well, that concludes our conversation.
Oh yes, of course.
Now these two get to communicate, right? I
Yes.
suppose while we're here,
Well,
we
we're
can continue
here.
conversating. I mean, what's the harm? So where did you get Wilson? What is Wilson?
Wilson is Professor Cribden's,
Hello.
I guess, initial base model.
Do you mind sitting here again?
Well, I really do. Can we switch
What
over
does
to
that
switch?
mean? Apologies.
Yes, we can switch.
No, there we go, there we go. Oh, but I sat
No,
here
no.
too. No, it's fine.
I guess it's the
Have you two spoken?
Right
Cassian, I have spoken to
You said
you want me to
what?
take space?
Well,
or-
then-
You said base
let's do
model,
two
and I'm
of us.
confused.
Yes.
I'll make a space.
Understood.
It's
Is Charybdin
suppose-
secretly a metal thing? Is Charybdin
it-
being piloted by a Wilson?
I hope not. No, but they're like a first brand line of, I guess, small toys.
Oh.
I guess similar to that. But most of her apprentices get these.
I might have to become an apprentice. I do quite like the look of Wilson.
It is quite appealing.
Do you have your eyes on anyone in general, not even just limited to this room?
Quite the lone soul, if you will.
Oh, somebody for everybody, I suppose.
I have Wilson. Simply all I need.
Please do not the bird. Let's say tomorrow you walk outside your door and the perfect, and I mean perfect match for you, everything you have dreamed of, is standing right there. Breathtaking, awe-inspiring. Close your eyes and let's imagine. Are they tall? Are they short? Average height?
Never really concern myself with any of that.
Yes,
to be honest.
you must join me in this imaginative experience. So if you close your eyes and just think, yes. What do they look like? Are they taller than you? Are they the same height? Are they shorter?
I feel like I'm one of the taller ones at the school.
So do you want someone taller than you, or do you want someone to match you? Do you want to have to perhaps crouch if you wish to give them a peck on the cheek?
Oh dear, no. I'd say shorter, but not too short.
Okay. And what color hair do they have?
I really don't know.
Is it bright? Is it darker? I know a lot of people have preference for darker toned hair, so you are appealing to a broad market, I will say. I'm feeling a little conscious about my own now, but
I don't really feel like I am. Why? I really don't know nor care about hair color.
What about eye color? What color are those peepers staring back at you?
Don't really look at people in the eyes. I guess except for now.
Well, the eyes are the window to the soul, as it goes.
I suppose you're right.
Are you looking at the doll?
It's staring at me funny.
It does that, yes.
It's concerning.
What education do they have? Are they just as smart as you? Are they smarter than you? Are they a little simpler?
But they have their own niche.
Just as long as they have something that they can conversate and be passionate about?
I do suppose.
Interesting.
Kind of tragic if you're overbearing someone with your knowledge on a different topic, I suppose.
And let's see, do you have a court preference?
Well, it can't be anybody in the demons because we're well. There's that.
Well, I try not to judge.
No, it's kind of concerning.
Everyone has their different cultures. I am not one to make any judgments. I suppose some things that us vampires do would probably be considered strange to others, so if Cinderloon has their own, I
do suppose, yes.
Can't look at you any different.
It'd probably be out of court relations if that's the case.
So do you have a preferred court? Saved by the Bell.
No.
Tell you what, I do want to speak to Leonidas.
Yes.
So perhaps we part. But...
Yes, of course. Have fun.
You too.
Who have I still not spoken with? Oh, Pax! My guy.
I've not spoken with you.
Hello.
Know that
I've
she
not
had
Hello.
spoken
sit
with you.
here.
Let's go.
Okay.
I was speaking with Dante, and then I was realizing there is one person that I haven't spoken with tonight,
How did
and
that happen again?
How does
I will make the room.
Oh goodness. Apologies. What is your name again?
I suppose we're due a conversation.
Spoken already,
We
haven't
don't ever
you?
get to speak too
Yes.
much.
we have?
Have your
No, we
conversations
don't.
tonight, Ben.
Even number. Someone's lying
Oh,
about
terrible,
who they
quite
haven't spoken
frankly.
to. yet.
Oh,
One moment. I'll be
I'm
right
not
back.
one for small talk.
Not to snitch or
Not
anything,
quite
but I'm pretty
your-
sure Dante and the Prince had an extra conversation. They just continue talking.
Is that true?
Damn.
I can't hear you if you're defending yourself. No?
Group of 3.
Have you guys? I feel like you both have already spoken to one another. Am I wrong?
well, as I was saying, yes, I was gonna note. I don't think this was either
Ow.
yours
I'd
or
already stay-
Dante's crowd.
As somebody
No,
left
I was
mid-
Okay.
and nobody
pretty
even
much
looked at-
voluntold to
I
be here.
guess we just
I do quite like that term, voluntold.
talk. I don't
Indeed.
know.
And then I did the same to Cinder. So
I practiced it earlier. This shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I don't know what happened either.
I
It was
kept to the
perfect
rules.
earlier.
I was moving right the whole
have you been
time,
enjoying
because
yourself?
it-
Also moving right the whole time.
Yes, I suppose. I came here more as a
What?
pleasantry, I
And
suppose,
who's
just
the
to get
flush?
around. I am
Wilson is
overhearing some conversation. I apologize.
Indeed.
So it was the Prince and Dante had messed up.
So Violet was correct.
I think you're being very
Yeah,
violently
it would
thrown
seem
under the
so.
train.
Well, something
But these
had
are-
already
these are
broken
literally the
things,
three
so
people
I.
right here that I haven't spoken to, so this is perfect for me. Oh?
Do we like put chairs next to each other, or do we stand?
I don't know what's
Nah,
going
I
on.
think we're good
in a
standing.
square? Oh,
I hear her shuffling behind me, I think.
hello.
And she's
Hello.
on stage.
Do we make
Ah.
a group? Do we-
Alright.
Apologies.
It's quite alright.
So you said you've been having quite the miserable time tonight. No conversations have caught your fancy?
It's not been too terrible. I simply am not the sociable type, as everyone would assume.
Has anyone, I suppose, gained your favor tonight? Are your eyes on anyone?
Depends on the way you mean it. The way this was intended, or the way Daphne told me to take it.
I suppose I don't know how Daphne told you to take it.
As merely a friendly social gathering.
Suppose we can peruse the options for both.
No, I'm not one for serious romance.
That implies you are one for casual.
Mm,
Tell me,
if known to not take it too seriously.
so if you'll indulge me, close your eyes, and I want you to imagine a scenario with me.
Alright,
So with your eyes closed,
they are.
you open your door tomorrow. Perhaps someone just got hurt. You've woken up, you've gotten dressed, you're ready to head out for the day, and you open the door, and in front of you, just the most perfect individual you have ever seen. What or who are you looking at? Describe them to me.
It's hard to describe anyone else when I'm hearing your voice.
Well, yes, yeah, that's why I'm quieting down. It's your opportunity to take the floor. Who is standing there?
I don't think I can imagine anyone like that. There's too many options, I think.
Well, then I suppose take a different approach. if you were to have dinner tonight with anyone at Everthorn, who would you like it to be? Doesn't need to be serious romance or even casual romance, but just someone that interests you, someone that you wish to converse with.
I suppose Pax would be the easiest option.
I've been gathering a lot of that.
Oh, really?
Many are interested by Pax. He also fits a lot of people's standards or preferences. Dark hair, I hear, is very attractive, so you and I are, fortunately, in a limited niche. White hair would look good on you, I will say.
Well, I've been told my blonde is rather nice.
Certainly.
Golden towards the end. I think your shade is rather lovely. Is the red natural?
A magician never tells his secrets.
I suppose.
Is that everyone? Is there anyone that someone has not spoken to yet?
I haven't
Please
spoken to
do
Dante,
not.
but I see him
Please
every
do
day.
not. Please do not. Please
That
do
means
not.
that there are others who have not spoken to each other, so please find who that is, and that will be our last one.
I
I also haven't spoken to Cinder.
Fuck.
Left.
You can speak.
Oh,
Good evening.
Hello.
Of course.
Would you like to have a chat?
Sure.
I'll be right outside. I'll be back in a moment.
Guess he doesn't want to speak with us.
Yeah,
Should I
somewhere
make
I've
went
never
wrong.
wanted
Definitely.
anything
I,
less. Good evening.
Indeed, I actually haven't spoken to Dante.
Evening, Your
or
Highness.
Cinder.
How have your chats tonight gone?
Actually, quite nice. Better than what I expected. How about yourself?
We can
Fine enough.
continue our conversation from last time.
How was your
I'll
I've
make
mainly
face.
been trying to see into other people's preferences. I'm quite curious.
Oh, that means you've been asking interesting questions, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Apparently, told Silas that
My
you like to
primary
start?
is...
would be a good match.
Yes, sure. So, if you'll close your eyes and imagine with me.
Perhaps. You never know.
Tomorrow, you wake up, you get dressed, you're ready to head about your business, whatever that is for the day. And you open the door, and your
Silas
breath
is
is
that way.
taken. You are
Oh. Well,
simply speechless, because the most
We're gonna hang out
perfect
with that guy.
individual is standing in front of
very
you.
true.
Tell me about them. How tall are they? What color is their hair? What color are their eyes? Are they smarter than you?
So
A little
that
denser
makes
than you,
nothing would
perhaps?
happen,
Are they
even though I tasted
kind,
it.
or are they cold? Tell me about them. Who is this
Something
perfect
like that.
individual, whether they exist or not?
This is a very tough way to answer this, Your Highness.
I definitely learned
I
things about people
do not
here.
see a person.
It's a shame that you
Good.
couldn't.
I
What
more so
might
see an
you
environment.
See then? Oh,
It's all right. I think I would have if Candaris would have.
I see a lush
joined,
field
but
filled
he
with
told me
flowers of
last
many
night he
varying
wasn't going to be
types,
able to, so-
and a roaring
He
waterfall,
told me he was going to Kingdom Building.
and nature
Oh,
rummaging about a large castle area, overtaking the castle area, as if
Oh,
well.
there's
a gardener hasn't
something
been
I wanna
employed in
show
many,
you
many
after
eons.
this,
sure.
if you're not doing anything else.
A few things, but I can afterwards.
What
There's
a
just a
interesting
weird
question,
thing
Your
I
Highness.
found
Why did you ask that?
Silas and
well, I think you learn a lot about a person through their interests. So this
it was
castle, this field,
weird
this...
because there's
Am I correct? Overgrown, just abandoned?
Oh,
Is this
yeah,
your
Yes,
castle in
quiet.
this example?
Yes, eyeing it up.
I wouldn't necessarily say mine,
Yeah,
but
we all met there.
But have you
quiet
taken residence?
garden.
We
Yes.
just showed up one at
Mm.
a time.
Interesting.
But
Okay.
A quiet
we found this book
garden
there, and
landscape.
It's really weird.
So,
like
would you
talking
say
to
you're
soul or
not perhaps
something, some
motivated
kind
by
of-
romance or love, but
Yeah.
more so your dream. Something serene, something peaceful.
I could agree with that, though I'm not sure what it is, but I've been speaking to a couple people, and for some reason I care a little bit, and I don't know why.
You flatter me.
I mean, I know why, but I'm trying to quiet those thoughts.
Oh, this is certainly not the night for that. I'm here to mingle. Evidently, you care for some. Who might these people be? Why are you trying to quiet your feelings for them?
Because I have a goal, Your Highness.
Oh.
And I
what might
feel
that be?
if I get distracted, then, well, that goal is a little hurt.
Distracted like putting a bunch of rabid animals in my dorm? Yes. What might this
Sorry for the cryptic answer.
goal be?
I'd rather keep that one to myself at the moment.
Hmm.
Perhaps I'll tell you eventually.
Do you not
I
share
have
the
one
same
for
goal
you.
as everyone else here? Trying to get your higher power on the throne?
If I'm being honest, Your Highness, no.
Oh.
You know, you've asked a couple of questions now. I'm going to ask you one.
Sure.
Which is your favorite organ?
The brain. I believe the mind is quite powerful. There is a number of ailments that are simply, what would the word be, placebo. The mind is powerful enough to make us physically ill at times, should we simply think something is wrong. If
What a
you're
fantastic answer.
in the wrong environment, then there's Pax looking at me. If you're in perhaps the wrong environment and you don't realize it, your mind will naturally start piloting you out. I believe it is far more complex than anyone could ever document or realize, and I think that's
Okay, in 10 seconds.
artful. Wouldn't you agree?
That was a beautiful way to say that. Everyone else that I asked about this kind of skated around the question.
Thank you.
But you answered it so elegantly.
I do my best. Please let this be done!
All right, I think that is it. I think everyone has gotten to speak with everyone. Am I correct when
There
saying
is a
that?
deity that listens to me then.
No, but it's okay.
And it might be Rosalind.
It's all right.
I am sorry, I did not account
Somewhere
that they
went
would be
wrong with everyone
repeated.
else.
Translator.
It is quite alright. I do not need to speak with His Highness.
Okay, well, if everyone is then done, please go and grab a book and quill and write the top 3 conversations that you had today. Please write the person's name down, not the tidbits about your conversations. And please drop it in the hopper. And then you all are free. Thank you.
Sign your name in the book.
If we're talking about like, if we would include the like quartet conversation, do we just include like all 3 names?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to.
Please sign them. Make sure to sign. Sign, sign, sign. Let me also make sure I didn't screw this up again. Is it connecting? It is. It looks to be. Perfect. Thank you.
Prince, now that that is over, do you wish to have a different conversation inside our dorm room?
Sure. Do you wish to walk and talk, or do you want the privacy of the dorm?
I would like the privacy of the dorm.
Sure.
So I should talk to you then.
I almost used my ability to simply dash in front of her, but it would be a foolish reason to get my entire court suspended. Which is, funny enough, an instinct I feel like most of my court doesn't have, and nonetheless I still came out on top. And I'm walking slow enough to still stop and smell the non-existent roses. Other people bite on the plushies. Otherwise that ties right back to me, because there's only an Ezra plush, and I can only cover my ass somewhat. Where did she go? Oh, it's my favorite thing to do. Now, since when did we have a tree? That always been there. Why is it growing? Good evening, long time no see.
Yeah.
I'll make a space.
I can barely remember your face.
Oh,
Yes.
a shame. I'm usually quite memorable. Let's speak, and here's a classic.
Yeah. It is.
Did you put these photos in my mailbox?
I did. That's the evidence, basically, of what was left.
I thought it came with a different letter, and I was quite concerned as to how that person got the photos.
I'm sorry. I thought the assumption was made there. That was me. That was full of me.
Yes.
Regarding that, how do you wish to handle that? That's different from what I wish to speak to you about, but how do you wish to handle
I'm speaking
that?
to Cassian because reportedly the headmaster is keeping hands off. I can't say I agree, but yes, me and Cassian are due to speak.
What do you wish the outcome of this to be?
I have a few ideals.
May I know them?
Not yet. I'm still, I suppose, weighing options and considering how things should go, but just in the best interests of all of us, truly, every court. I think someone like that is dangerous to have around.
May I bring my 2 cents in, or is that just not a possibility?
Sure. I always have an open ear.
I don't believe we should escalate this at all. I believe we should maintain as much peace as possible. And I do believe, based on the interactions I had of Sindel, as well as the rest of the Sindelune court, that this was merely just a prank, a joke of some sort.
Well, yes, but if this is the bounds they're comfortable pushing for a prank, breaking and entering, animal cruelty, endangerment, leaving threatening messages for someone that they are potentially against for whatever which reason. I mean, evidently there has to be a reason. We are the target here. Especially when they're on top, we are on the bottom when it comes to rankings. So you have to wonder if that plays potentially a role. This is not a deal that I particularly tried to get involved with. Cinder prompted me. I tried to avoid. Cinder doubled down and backed into a corner I accepted. so that he could
That's interesting.
do whichever prank. So I take the opinion that someone like that shouldn't be anywhere near the Thorn Concord or have a chance of winning.
I understand that, but don't you believe this is going to cause so much issues between us and the other court that it's not going to be a good look? Weren't you the one that told me specifically that we should not be making waves between the courts, especially since we are at the bottom?
We should not be making the waves. However, if someone strikes first, we're not going to sit there and take it.
I understand that, but it's
If
going
we
to
are
look
to
quite
be
ridiculous.
scorned, then it is our responsibility to, I suppose, lash back in a sense.
But it's going to look quite ridiculous if this is about a bunch of raccoons to us. Other people, we know the context. We know that the dorms have been broken into. We know that we do not feel safe. We know that. But other courts and the ones that are watching are not going to.
Then should it come to a matter of outright public communication, then it's not framed as, oh no, we got pranked, and this is what we're doing about it. It's a matter of, we've finally caught who's been breaking into our dorms, and they should be punished accordingly.
We have no proof that Sindor is the one that has been breaking into our dorms. We know that he broke into the dorms for the book.
He took no issue entering multiple times, evidently. He knows his way around. All the dorms are that close. In theory, he left no clues this time, as every other has left no clue. And we don't have anything else pointing towards who could have done the rest. So realistically, it is him that has inherited a lot of the blame or suspicion until something else is to come out on any break-in. Then we know that we have a suspect, potentially multiple, but now we have an actual name to a suspect, and he unfortunately inherits the blame since he chose to follow in the same footsteps.
Would that would not be, Prince, this would not be looking good on us public image-wise at all. And I know what happened. I understand the context of it, but they're going to look at us and seem not in the good graces. They're going to look at us as we are okay with whatever. Remember during Royal Code and how we were the ones that got blamed for the poisoning of the cake, as all directions led to us. And Professor Krypton did a good job of us that we were able to defend ourselves. But the person who basically accused our court did not do as well as the job. I think we should take that lesson to heart and reverse it. We should not be in a position where we are blaming the first person that logically makes sense and trying to clue in this puzzle and force all the pieces to fit.
But also, if we were to take no action, then we establish that we are perfectly fine letting anyone trespass and break into our dorm and try to prank in whichever sense anyone here. If we don't stop it at raccoons, when does it level up to perhaps hostile creatures? If we don't stop it at the main entrance, when does it level up to consistent break-ins of everyone's rooms or our storage? And it affects our kingdom building project. If we don't stop it now, we let it escalate. Additionally, there's a matter of strategy, but that is neither here nor there currently. That is something that I need to discuss with Celica.
Strategy?
Yes, when the time comes, I will potentially fill you in on that. But you mentioned this was not what you wished to discuss tonight. What does have your mind?
That's not what I wished to discuss. I was speaking to some others, and I was giving news that if Court Bloodwind were to win, you don't necessarily have to choose from your own court what roles people get. You could theoretically choose someone else to get the role of Viscountess or Viscount.
Viscount.
One moment, please.
I just can't help myself. Oh, that's probably not what she needed to hear at all, but standards, people, standards. People by which I mean whatever voices in my head.
Viscountess and viscounts.
Right.
Sure. I don't really know how to go around this. I need this will of Viscountess. How can I be certain if I help Court Bloodwind win, then you don't go and choose someone else?
You make certain that there's no other option. And I don't mean eliminating the competition, but by striving so far ahead of them that it's impossible to even see them as options. So let's take, for example, Veswin, your roommate. Veswin has persistently gone above and beyond. She checks in whenever possible. She tries to keep me informed on pretty much anything. She makes sure that I have outfits prepared. She makes sure that I am prepared in courses. I know that I would like her somewhere. She is a rare type of person that you don't run into often. She is exceptional in many which ways. She's a good person to have around. In any sense. Now, let's say, what's another Viscount or heir position here at Everthorn? Who else? I wish to see who she names, who she's thinking she has competition with. Just whoever first comes to mind, I suppose. Not of our court.
Not of Travali?
Tavali.
Of course,
Perfect.
Yeah.
So let's say then that Tavali often has her focus elsewhere. She's perhaps more inclined on social events. She perhaps, rather than helping and keeping Sol Katarina informed, Tavali perhaps simply sticks to her own things, her own priorities. My experience perhaps with Tavali, and I'm not saying at all, I simply haven't spoken with Tavali all too much. Let's say that my only interactions are running into them at events and seeing them not assisting, not helping, just running amok. Am I more likely to select Veswin or Tavali? Would I even consider Tavali? Because of course my standards are aligned with Veswin. Because Veswin has been doing such a standout job, going above and beyond the role of her acting Viscountess, that it's impossible not to consider her. Perhaps Tavali, in those examples, was helping. Perhaps she was running from booth to booth. But she wasn't going to the same heights. So it's a matter of perspective. It's a matter of relativity. If everyone's doing the bare minimum, but then someone's doing anything in their power, it's going to look like no one's doing anything besides that one person. So your goal is to be like Veswin, above and beyond. That's the only guarantee that I can issue. I'm not going to limit my victory or my court by simply playing favorites or biases. If someone is better for the role, then they're better for the role.
Understood. Loud and clear.
Have you requested your outfit? Did I discuss with you about Celica?
Yes, about how C is acting advisor. I've already spoken to her about my outfit and gotten the colors and measurements down.
Perfect. Do you have any other concerns?
I don't wish to speak circles around you, so I will say it as directly as I can. Are you saying that I'm not been helpful?
No, not at all. I'm saying that Veswin has been tremendous, and she is mostly who I've been seeing work to earn her role. But I haven't, in comparison or relativity, seen anyone else of other courts at least, but you, I know, have at least arranged a few events. You assisted with the solstice.
Yes. That is correct.
And so I imagine it's perhaps a matter of just seeing what other gaps you might be able to fill.
Gotcha. Okay. Understood. I'll keep that in the back of my head for any future interactions that we have.
Perfect. And of course, as I've said in the past, be mindful of your interactions with other courts. I know that at least one thing that comes to mind with consideration to you is the incident that you had with Sulmera.
Nothing happened. I did not fight them, and all of it was cleared.
But you see the difference in that acting advisor DiMartino or acting Viscountess Darcy. Neither of them have come to me even thinking anything of the like. I'm not saying it's something that will burden you forever, but it's behavior that I've put a pin in. If something else is to come up like it, then it's a pattern more than a one-off.
I would like you to be clear. You're basically punishing me for coming forward with you. I'm not going to say I'm not going to come forward with you with information as you're the prince and you should know information. But please take that as you will, or how others may perceive that. Especially since you are going to be ruling this kingdom one day.
Certainly.
Maybe you should learn from this.
Well, the thing is, Violet.
Yes.
You coming to me with it has made it a lot lighter of a thing. If I was having to learn secondhand that you wanted to or did actually go through with it, you would have been sent home immediately. The fact that you came to me and spoke about it meant that I was willing to work things and speak with you. And it is why it's only a minor consideration that with time will go away.
I'm going to leave now before I say something that might put me in worse graces than you.
Sure.
Good day, Prince.
Take care.
You as well.
How curious. Realistically, how would she suggest I'm going about that? Because there's a few outcomes there, is there not? There is... She wants to fight Luciala, wasn't it? And thus, her first option, her first selection is she either tells me or she doesn't. Now, to say she doesn't, and then she either goes through with it, and then I learn, and she's sent home immediately. Or she doesn't tell me, she doesn't do it, but then it reaches me through perhaps Sol Katarina that why was one of your court members trying to fight one of mine? The punishment there would also be similarly heavy. Then, down the other tree, she does tell me, and then if she fought anyways, she would be sent home. Or she does tell me, she's warned not to, and heeds that warning. And here we are. That is the lightest you could get off with. Now, realistically, I think you should not be running into these situations at all. I don't think these are questions you should have to have. I also think it's perhaps maybe a talk to be had with her on excusing herself. Because when you don't want to say something to someone, you don't outright broadcast it. Because evidently, I mean, her card is on her sleeve, her heart is on her sleeve, whatever. She made no secret that She is not happy with how that was resolved.
What are you all doing
That's
around
why you
here?
were behind a tree.
Good evening.
I was indeed.
Leonidas, have you seen the High Chancellor?
No, I have not. Last I saw him was the.
You ruined me! How I love theatrics. No, she made it quite obvious that she's not pleased with how I suppose, went about it, or resolved it. But sure, I'm not going to make everyone happy with every action, but also, like, you don't make that apparent to your prince. Or perhaps you do, but also it's almost immature to leave the burden on me. If she has an issue, then she can discuss it. If we have a different viewpoint on it entirely, then that's where it perhaps becomes a problem. I do need to examine my own biases, though. In discussion, I'm reaching the realization that I don't think Violet has done all too much less than Veswin. I am, however, personally closer to Veswin, and when it comes to Violet, she unfortunately, yes, does have the Samira incident weighing against her. Blight. So if I were the High Chancellor, where might I be? Do you please wish to have that conversation we're due for? At least I know if my facts are right. Why is there boats out here? Are they manned? Okay, I'm alright. No worries. That... Yes! Photo water! At long last! What? Wait, but... But I have the... How do I... Wait, but... I have the photo water. I'm nearest to the ballroom. What is it? What are my rolls? Light. I need a table. Oh man. Sure. It's one of those, right? Why does it not? How do I? That's a. I mean, that's the thing. I put the thing in the thing with the thing. How do I not? But how do I do it? Do I have to do all of them? That's a blighted shame. I have all but one. Additionally, how did all of them get left behind except for one? Do you have more? Blight. Using that word a lot. I'm gonna wash my mouth out with soap. Could go to the photography club. That exists somewhere, I think. I want my photos. Just don't know how to make them. I'm curious what that book is. It's disrespectful of me. Okay. So let's think. How do I want this resolved? Violet takes a very interesting opinion of let's not scorn ourselves and instead let everyone walk over us. Can't say I agree all too much with that, but I still believe there's two routes. It's either Cinder gets sent home, or the entire court takes a point loss. Somewhere in the range of multiple hundreds, closer to 4 digits than 3. No more time to think. Good evening.
Good to
I'll
see
make
you.
us a space.
Works for me.
Hello, Felix.
Hmm.
Do you wish
Shall we head
to-
inside? Might as well.
Sure.
There's snacks in here, so. Oh, I'm gonna grab something to eat. Do you want anything?
No, I've
Bottle of
already
blood,
gotten my
perhaps?
fill.
All right. Barbecue on a stick. Save that for later. So, let's just get straight to the point. What is it that Bloodwyn would like to make amends, make things right? I don't wish to cause more of a stir than has already been caused. And ideally, we move forward from this
Like,
focused on what's really
interesting.
important, which is both of our courts making, well, the best effort that we can to acquire the crown.
Certainly. I believe we are of the same opinion that our time here is to demonstrate that we, or our court, is worthy of the crown, no?
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to then, I suppose, describe how we are seeing this situation.
Please do.
It was... I have no idea how long ago, I believe only a few weeks, but I was walking in Cinder, prompted out of the blue, on if I would like a raccoon like his. And I'll admit, I wasn't all too interested, so I initially tried to back out, but he doubled down and insisted. It is by our culture and tradition, I suppose, that we try our best to be respectful, and I believe within that, it'd be rude to turn down a gift if someone's insisting. So I agreed to, I suppose, take on one of these raccoons. So imagine my surprise then that, as I think you had said, 50 to 100 had been delivered. And from what has been described to me, they were being kept somewhere, compacted, and then they were abandoned at our dorm, tied up to various fence posts. I don't believe any food was left for them, or water, or free roam. I would have to assume it was cleaned, but they would have had to have somewhere to go to the bathroom. And otherwise, they were left there neglected, along with a threatening, somewhat book, left inside of our dorm, as were a good number of other raccoons, meaning that he let himself in, trespassed within our dorm, and we already have a bit of a trespass issue. I'm not sure if you all have the same, but we have been trying to chase leads on who exactly has been breaking in. So I take the stance of we actually now have someone that we know broke in and left something. Left us a letter, left us living creatures. So I'm seeing it as breaking and entering, animal endangerment, threatening messaging, and overall, if we're being honest, to put it as flatly as possible, just immature behavior, frankly. Would you concur?
On some of your points, I concede. I don't think I can agree with your perspective on this, though, no.
I suppose my perspective comes down that whichever court wins, we have the option to select from any court for any role. I'm uncomfortable letting or having that be an option. Someone that is so comfortable violating rules of Everthorn, rules of our court. I'm unsure of your laws or documents, but I would have to imagine that at least one of his actions there violates something of yours. I would be uncomfortable letting that anywhere near the Thorned Concord or the actual crown.
If this is about Cinder's position within the eventual court of whatever new order spawns from this school, I don't think you have anything to worry about. Cinder is harmless. I mean, if the worst thing he's ever done is stepped a few feet inside of your dormitory's common room to place a note and let some animals inside, I think a lovable scoundrel is the worst word I can think of to describe him.
I do believe it was at least more than a few feet, given that he tied up the animals inside. But I also see it as a matter of if we don't both, I suppose, make a statement here, where does it stop? I don't believe that my court would retaliate, but should Cinder be ever so comfortable letting himself in, and should it become much more broadly spoken of, who's to say it doesn't escalate to more common attacks on the personal rooms? I know that I've already had someone let themselves in and leave stakes at the end of my bed and a few other court members. And not to accuse him of anything, but I do know that evidently he was comfortable letting himself in. We don't have suspects on the other break-ins, but him evidently letting himself in and being perfectly fine with that, and from at least the report I have, lying on it after the fact, he at least becomes one suspect in the prior cases.
I think that falls flat when you consider how little Cinder knows about any customs, let alone your customs. He wouldn't know how to offend you if he wanted to. Placing stakes at the foot of your bed is the action of someone who is well accustomed to what your people find distasteful. And Cinder doesn't even know what his own people find distasteful these days.
Do you not have a favor for Cinder?
Favor? I love him. He is my cousin. I care quite deeply about him. In fact, we grew up together. But the Cinder that I grew up with was very different from the Cinder that is attending Everthorn Academy.
I see.
It's as if, how do I put this? Kindly. Have you ever met someone after a terrible, terrible accident and they're a shell of their former self? It feels like they don't remember a lot of past actions, past decisions. That's how Cinder is. I don't know if he was in an accident or if he simply is just changed from time apart, but he is certainly not the person that I grew up with anymore. I mean, he looks like him, similar at least. Mostly exactly the same, except for his eyes these days.
Interesting. I just ask from the way you speak on him, yes, it would seem you have a similar lack of favor or bias, but evidently no, you have much more knowledge on him than I do, of course.
That's why this is concerning to me. I guess I feel a bit protective over him. He means well. I truly know that. But I also recognize that the actions that he's taken here are concerning from a certain point of view. I think that he was wrong to enter into your dormitory at all. I can't speak for the contents of this book. I doubt Cinder meant to be threatening, but if it is threatening to you, then I can understand being upset about it. I also understand not wanting 50 raccoons in your dormitory. I get it. It's not comfortable, and I can't imagine it smells good. But once again, I don't think that he meant it as a slight to you. If you would like a written apology from him, or labor in some way, he is very capable of building, quarrying, writing. But I will not hold him hostage for you. He deserves better than that.
Well, the letter, I don't believe I have it actually on me right now, was, to paraphrase from memory, something along the lines of, here's the delivery, do not do anything to or with the raccoons, do not murder them or move them or give them away, as they are members of your court now. We will, like, I believe it was either we or I will be checking in occasionally to make sure that they're well, which would imply getting back in, potentially, or letting himself back in. It's just such odd behavior.
I agree.
At least back home, should another court enter Bloodwind territory and violate any of our respects, they are on first offense sent home, exiled from Bloodwind territory, and should they actually need to brush up, as it's, I believe, one of the addendums, but it's either should they return, they are processed by our law and our punishments, or it's if they return and violate again, they are punished by our expectations. So that in mind, and additionally, as I said, I am quite averse to the idea of Cinder being anywhere near any position of power. My two options that I have at least envisioned are either Cinder's sent home, or Cinderloon has a loss in points. I do also find the optics of the court on top targeting the court on the bottom quite unfortunate.
Well, if you're concerned about optics, I think you may want to reconsider your strategy.
I have an open ear. I'm willing to negotiate. I'm just putting out there what my two ideals at the current moment are. I'm willing to have leeway or bend should it be needed, but my starting points are either Cinder himself or the court.
Cinder is already not gunning for any sort of position of power. His family were herbalists. I don't know what he's majoring in, but whatever it is, he is certainly not going to be chosen for any position. Not by me, and I would imagine not by any other court. He is most likely simply here because he has no other relatives save myself and Candaris to look out for him. If you would like us to do a better job ensuring he stays out of trouble, we can do so. If you would like to have a one-on-one with him, we can do so. If you can't take any of those as compensation, or don't wish for him to do any community service for Court Bloodwind, you're welcome to push for a point loss. but it would not put your court in the best light. Court Cinderloon has recently taken the lead, as I'm sure you're aware. If Court Bloodwind wishes to go after whoever takes the lead to try and undermine their points, well, faith in this institution as a whole dissolves. And once faith in this institution as a whole dissolves, there's no reason for us to stay in line and continue earning points at all. There are other ways to get a crown.
Interesting way to view it, certainly. As you said, I believe the headmaster going quite hands-off from this is quite the opportunity. So I would like to reach a resolution with you, rather than having to escalate and force a punishment. I think that we're all here to, as I said towards the beginning, earn our place and show that we are fit for the role. So I don't see it as a matter of we are, or our court, Bloodwind, I don't see it as a matter of we are trying to target the top. I see it more as inverse, and we are simply responding. Now, if we acted first, if we had delivered 50 to 100 raccoons at your doorstep, or intruded inside, then it's a different matter. But as I see it, Cinderloon has stepped first, and whatever response that we seek is just.
Frankly, Prince Ezra, while I have been, I think, quite patient in hearing you about your frustrations with these raccoons, if you had delivered 50 to 100 raccoons to our doorstep, we would have laughed it off and continued with our day.
If it helps on
Nothing
perspective,
is...
as I do think that what you have offered with Cinder has been enlightening to me. Our court has been suffering already from a number of break-ins. This is why I'm taking this more seriously. I believe that we have been the target of many. My room has been intruded upon. Again, my life has been directly threatened, as I mentioned with the stakes. This is much more serious to me and my court, and me protecting my people. That's why I'm not taking anyone intruding upon our dorm without permission lightly.
Well, how about an offer? We have also had people intruding within our dormitory. Leonidas has been broken into. My dormitory is...
His room or Leonidas himself?
His room. Though, somebody could have broken into him as well.
Oh no.
He does have that mask on most of the time.
As you were saying, sorry.
It would seem that the faculty and staff here have very little going on when it comes to investigation, attempting to figure out where the security breaches are coming from. In the past, they've just blanketly removed points from everyone who wasn't affected.
Indeed.
I think that a coalition of sorts, where we keep an eye on each other's dormitories, we're already next door to each other, could be beneficial. I still don't know exactly what to do about Cinder. As I said, I do think that my personal approach would be some sort of public service for Bloodwind. But I think that creating an alliance between us in terms of strictly just protection of our dormitories could be quite beneficial. And while it may not solve the immediate issue of who initially broke into your dormitories, we could prevent any future issues from arising.
How do you propose the interactual workings of this are? Just keeping an eye out? Seeing if we
Yes.
happen to see someone entering the others?
As I said, our dorms are already quite close to each other. We could set up ways to catch them in the act, traps, whatever we need to do, really. It would probably require another separate conversation and a decent amount of planning. But there are ways. Tripwires, drop traps.
Would these not
whatever
fall
we
upon
need to do.
our own court?
Not if we make them aware.
Perhaps. I'm open to this coalition, as you named it. But yes, perhaps a future conversation to iron out the specifics. Because yes, it does seem that the investigations all usually turn up flat. It's quite odd.
Very. I have begun to wonder if perhaps it's intentional. If they want people to be constantly second-guessing their safety within their dormitory.
Which does seem quite odd. I can't imagine that anyone back home would be all too happy if they learned of any sort of threat here.
No. As for Cinder, I have spoken with him only very briefly about this raccoon situation. Are you open to the idea of public service? Having him make it up to you?
I can't say I'm too interested in opening any sort of deal with him. Or
Understandable.
even trusting him within any service to our court.
I get it. Is there anything else aside from point loss or expulsion for him that you would consider?
There's always the option of, I suppose, taking it less grandly. Do you believe, as you know him better, that even a temporary expulsion would do anything? I know that there is some people that would take a temporary or even permanent expulsion as a gift.
I don't know. I could speak with him about it. We could suspend his access to the dormitories, send him home for a bit. But I don't know that he has a home to return to. That said, I am open to it. There are places he can go regardless. He can stay with his aunt and uncle, my parents, if need be.
I just wish that we figure a way to come out of this both looking strong. I think that if Bloodwind is to allow this to slide with seemingly no punishment, if we just simply walk out of it with a coalition, that would make us look quite weak. But also,
I understand your perspective.
To have Cinderloon look like you accept your own breaking into other dorms or playing childish pranks, that would also look off.
In fairness, I would be far more frustrated if this was anyone except Cinder. It puts me in a very uniquely uncomfortable position because I understand that it's unfair to you, but he is, as I said earlier, he really is just a lovable little scamp. Like
I wish I could see the same,
have
truly.
a positive opinion of him somehow. I don't really. I mean, I love him. Don't get me wrong. He's my cousin, so of course I do. But he doesn't feel like he belongs here, and I get why that was your first thought, to want to send him home, keep him out of a position of power. But as I said, I find myself uniquely protective of him. Would you give me some time to think it over? Try and come up with a
Sure.
possible compromise, something that can make us both look strong.
And with the added context, I certainly do wish to have a few conversations with my own.
Fair enough. Well, if you need anything, Ezra, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Likewise.
I appreciate your willingness to at least search for a compromise.
Of course.
And
again, I did not wish to present my options as the end of all things. I simply wish to share my baselines. And with
no, I understand.
Added context, that certainly did help.
Well, I'm glad we were able to have this conversation, and I look forward to our next one, even if it will be difficult.
Certainly. Take care and let me know if you have any further questions.
Will do. See you around.
See you around. He's going to make a lousy king if he ever had the chance to win. Because realistically, you can't sway yourself off bias. That's the core of being a good leader. You can't have bias. That's simply not how that works. Good evening.
Good evening.
If you allow your personal feelings to have any sway in how you lead, you're failing. Your job is to work objectively. Go off of the facts and figure it out from there. The fact is that Cinder violated multiple rules, our own laws, and potentially Cinderloon's. Violation of at least Everthorn and Bloodwinds should carry with it a punishment. In one way or another. And so to have bias because you personally feel an obligation to protect him, you're failing. You're not doing a good job. That's outright how that lands. And to say it doesn't look well for our court, that is simply replying. That is response. Someone has wronged us, so it's dealt with. That is the message to give. Celica, if I could have your ear. Hope she heard that. Otherwise I look a fool. She'll follow when she concludes her conversation, I imagine. Just don't know. Nope. I would like to be up here, please. There you go. I believe that's probably Celica coming up. Which I will make a space.
Ezra?
Yes.
I had to address.
Great. I'll take good care of it. Celica, if you would.
Of course.
I'll make a space.
Indeed.
I have a few concerns, none of which fall on you, fear not, but first off, if you could keep an eye out for whoever perhaps left these extensions to my curtains, that would be much appreciated, because otherwise I believe we've had another break-in.
Extensions to...
Yes, do you see where it is an entirely different fabric hemmed on incorrectly?
I do indeed see that.
Yup.
There's been quite a number of break-ins lately.
Precisely my concern.
Indeed.
So yes,
Have you heard of the ones in Court Cinderloon and Court Cerulean?
That I have not.
All right. This information is not to be spread, however. I was made aware that apparently Lord Leonidas, his room has been broken into several times, and a lot of his things have been taken. And there was a attempt on Crown Duchess Morel's life at her own dorm. So unfortunately, I fear that the dorms have become compromised.
I would agree. So if, let's say then, someone, again, were to break into our dorms, and in the process not only violate the, base rules or laws that would forbid them from breaking in and entering, let's say they also violated the laws and rules of Everthorn on top of that, and our own, and perhaps their own courts. How would you seek to deal with that?
Well, had this been within our own court, then I believe we should deal with it as our laws see fit. I do believe that were the culprit to come from our own court, if we wish to have a duel under the law of tarnished honor, we could. And then whoever wins the duel, if the offended wins the duel, then they should perhaps receive compensation, as well as a temporary exile, as we had once discussed.
Indeed. And if it's
culprit,
of another court?
I was getting to that. Unfortunately, when it comes to other courts and their customs, it becomes a bit of a gray area. We do not, at the very least, I do not have any knowledge of how they deal with criminals. However, should we find that the culprit is of another court, as reticent as I am to say, we may have to get the headmaster involved, if only because we would need mediation from a neutral party.
And should the headmaster wish for us to resolve it with perhaps either the other court or come to the headmaster with a resolution, what do you think should be done with the criminal or their court?
Well, with that comes quite a rocky road. Should the head heirs be willing to work with us in investigating the incident, then I believe a review of our laws, as well as theirs, would be sufficient to decide what outcome would come to them. However, if they are unwilling to hand over a member of their own court for judgment, apologies, I was not expecting to have to deal with this conundrum.
Quite the hypothetical, I know.
Well, I fear that it is not at all hypothetical. Well, I suppose it would come down to ultimately if the other court is willing to work with us or not. But of course, we shouldn't be hurling accusations at them without proper evidence, or else it would give them reason to retaliate.
Indeed. To give you my impression of it thus far, and I suppose to catch you up on matters that you should be informed of.
Indeed, I would like to hear your perspective on this matter.
My perspective is that a member of another court trespassed, broke in, entered, left a book, made themselves comfortable, left raccoons, multiple, tied up to posts. So that would be breaking and entering, adding onto the tally of intrusions that we've had, making themselves a suspect in the other cases. As well as, I would argue, animal endangerment to leave a bulk sum of raccoons without food, water, or freedom. I don't know where exactly they're using the facilities, but one would have to assume somewhere. And so leaving them helpless and tied up on our property until someone were to perhaps find them, I would argue, is endangerment or cruelty. Additionally, I think Cinder's interesting way of perceiving things is at quite the fault. From my understanding, he prompted me on if I wanted a raccoon, as in singular. And then I initially declined. He insisted, and by our own customs and standard fare, I would believe it quite rude to turn down a gift. So I would argue pressuring someone into a deal, and then...
Coercion.
Yes. Overall, it's a truly nasty scenario. And I wouldn't want someone like that anywhere near the crown. I think allowing Cinder near the Thorned Concord at all should be out of the question now. It's at least how I view it here. Would you differ at all? I also, as another factor, I see it as Cinderloon is the top court at the moment. We are the bottom. It's remained somewhat like that throughout. So Cinder's prompting of me in specific could be argued as targeted bullying or harassment. I believe that
I quite agree.
every other intrusion has been given few leads. And while I don't think that Cinder is responsible for every other break-in, I think that it's naive to rule him out. And especially to go at all light on this allows, I believe, vulnerability or weakness from both sides. I think that it would make Cinderloon look like a gaggle of criminals if they are simply to allow their own to break and enter and endanger animals and leave threatening books to the prince or target and bully. That is the impression it makes of them.
I quite agree.
As for Bloodwyn, if we're to just allow someone to do, again, all of that in our dorms and we let that slide, when does it escalate to people are comfortable openly breaking into rooms, pranking nonstop? I think there's somewhere we have to put our foot down.
Indeed, I do believe it is quite wise to draw the line here and enforce our own rules. When it comes to Cinder, I do not believe that he is exempt.
Good to see. I was of the opinion that there are two ways I wanted to see it pan out. Either Cinder removed, sent home on a permanent basis. Absolutely no way that he could be near the Concord or selected. Evidently he can't play nice by Everthorn's rules, so he shouldn't be eligible for it. Or a significant point loss on the front of Cinderloon. If they don't want to send one of their own home, then they should be punished accordingly to make sure that they're given much less of a chance at being near the throne, given that their own court member can't abide by the standards required of it.
I understand.
Do you differ?
It is not my place to differ.
I'm requesting your opinion.
For once in my life, I'm speechless. I do not understand why this would happen. Why he would even think of doing this.
I chatted with Cassian, the High Chancellor. He left a letter describing that it might be, I suppose, best for us to handle it between us, as the headmaster is seemingly taking yet again a hands-off approach. And in our conversation...
When you are on the throne, it will be our duties to take care of...
Oh, indeed.
This sort of thing, I suppose.
Cassian described to me that Cinder is not at all there. He described it as, have you ever seen someone perhaps in an accident of sorts, and they are never the same afterwards? They are instead empty. They are a shell of their former self. Cinder was described as Cassian as a very different person than the Cinder that he grew up with. And as such,
was not aware.
Cinder is held in a certain protection by Cassian, which I find interesting, as no matter who wins, if it's not to be us, I would hope that they're not taking personal biases into factor. As much as I respect and would like to trust everyone of Bloodwyn, should something like this come to me, I'm obligated. It is my responsibility to handle it as objectively as possible.
Indeed.
So I find it odd that he's wishing to try and make a display that we can handle things on our own, while also going against the rules or the ideals of a ruler by having biases and protections and letting that sway his judgment.
Indeed. While it is not an excuse, though, I do wonder if his diminished mental capacity could be... It is my own personal theory, but I believe he may be suffering from some sort of amnesia. There are certain things that he does not remember. He doesn't even remember his court's name half the time. Well, I do not believe that takes away any criminal action he may have committed. At the very least, if we are to speak with the High Chancellor about this, and if he is going to be adamant in his position about protection of Cinder, perhaps it is a factor that we may have to consider.
Indeed.
I am not saying the absence of punishment. I am simply saying a reconsideration.
I've already shifted my posts a bit. Cassian suggested we make a coalition in which we look out for each other's storms, which unfortunately I view as a bit more talk than action. I don't think that, even though we're neighbors, we're keeping too much eye. Even during this conversation, someone could have broken into the Somnera dorms, and you and I would be none the wiser despite being right next to them. So I don't believe a coalition is 100% the solution, but I'm open to work together with him, of course. And as for either Cinder or the entire court being punished. We've already brought up the idea of perhaps just sending Cinder home for a few days. I've asked Cassian to investigate and see if that would be more of a reward than punishment. Point loss he seemed much more object to.
But of course, if they wish to take the throne, then the loss of points would be quite catastrophic for them.
But
However,
also if we're to...
it is necessary.
Yes, reward and allow things to slide, I just don't think that that's good either.
As I said, I do not intend to reward them for misconduct. It is something that must happen, but of course they are going to be resistant to it.
Indeed. I want both of us to walk out of this strongly, as optics are quite tricky here. I
They
think
are indeed.
we have the very simple perspective of this is number X break-in. We can't keep allowing people to get away with this. We finally have an actual suspect that needs to be handled. People need to see the consequences of these actions. However, they also have the viewpoint that it's just raccoons, which I think is, frankly, narrow-minded.
Indeed.
Because as I brought to Violet when she held a very, very opposing viewpoint on the matter, what says that someone sees that Cinder was able to get away with this and escalates, brings in perhaps hostile monsters? It's to say someone doesn't leave a fun gift of a mutant creature. What's to say that it escalates past our common lobby room? What says it doesn't reach individual rooms? Evidently people are already comfortable breaking in and either taking things or investigating. So if they see that Cinder is fine leaving living matter, what says it doesn't evolve from there?
Indeed. Have there been any other break-ins other than the raccoons and the curtains? Have you had personal effects stolen?
I'm not frankly sure. There was an incident where stakes were left at the end of my bed and a number of other ones. A fellfolk pelt got left in my, or cat pelt, it was something along those lines, was left in my room at some point.
A cat pelt?
Indeed. So someone scorned Court Silmera and then also broke in to scorn me. This is the behavior people are comfortable with, and I believe that, with all respect to the headmaster, the methodology of simply group punishing is not going to resolve things.
Indeed, it is not.
It is quite unfortunate that it falls on Cinder, but if he was the one foolish enough to get caught, then such things have to be done.
Of course.
He needs to be punished as anyone else would have been punished, even if it is just raccoons. It is still a breaking and entering. You're still leaving multiple live animals. The headmaster had the opinion that they might even be disease-addled, but that's speculation.
You've not been bit, have you?
Not that I know of.
Perhaps you should check for teeth marks when you wake up.
Perhaps. So where do you weigh in? What is your... With the... as much context as I can give, how do you view things?
I believe that we need to put the safety and preservation of Court Bloodwyn above all else. And Cinder is the only suspect we have, and so if punishment must befall him, then it shall. However, I will not lie to you and say that I do not have my personal feelings in the matter. Simply because he is a friend. Or, well, he was.
I see. Once I'm able to get a hold of, honestly, once I can get a hold of Veswin, I'm going to have a similar conversation with her. But I almost felt a little crazy in my conversation with Cassian, just how much he was willing to sweep away solely because he had his own personal bias towards Cinder.
Indeed.
I believe that ultimately it's a lawbreak, no matter who did it or what it was for. If... how do I put it? I'm exhausted after quick courting, so I can't be to come up with anything clever, but I believe that you're breaking a law no matter which way you slice it. For whichever reason, for whether it's raccoons or whether it's if you just wanted to leave a bunch of cakes on our floor. He's still broken.
Of course, the law is the law.
And when it's been such a prevalent issue, when my life has been threatened, when the Crown Duchess's life is being threatened, I don't think this can be taken lightly. It needs to be stripped of whatever context of raccoons and viewed as it's a break-in. This is an issue that needs to be solved, and there's an easy example here.
I do agree that an example must be made.
I suppose that concludes that on this.
No.
You had something more to say?
I suppose it is not my place to say, but perhaps if we are to make an example of him, let us only make an example of the things that we may prove. Any other break-ins should be left out of it.
Sure.
Because we do not have evidence that they were committed by him. In fact, the reason I asked if you had any personal effects stolen was because of, as I said, a similar incident that happened in Cinderloon. I do not understand why, say these crimes are linked, why Cinder would steal from his own court, though I suppose at this point it is anybody's guess.
Right. Do you have any other matters that are currently concerning you? Either from a overall sense or even just personal?
Is something going on between you and Lady Violet?
Why do you ask?
Have you had an argument? She simply seems a bit skittish around you, and I'm trying to figure out why.
She... How do I put it? She is one that I believe has had a great deal of trouble trying to adapt to Everthorn. One of those that
see.
has struggled with the onset freedom. There was a matter to be kept in between you and I. It is information I think you should have to advise with, but an incident where she wished to challenge a member of Court Solmera to a duel. Over something that Violet herself did. So Violet scorned someone of Solmera and then wished to duel them to resolve that. It was quite the concern. So there was that has weighed a bit heavily. And otherwise, it's just been a great number of odd interactions. Found her in my room as a bat at one point. I tried to confront her and she ran off.
I see.
Just a great number of situations like that. And today, after quick courting, she asked me regarding, since I can select anyone to be a Viscountess when we win, what is the guarantee that she gets it? To which I described that Veswin has already gone above and beyond. So Veswin has very high chances. Violet, I've also seen her put in work. Not comparing to Veswin, but she's of course a runner-up. And I simply stated that if she wants to guarantee the position, if she wants to make sure there is no competition, that she just needs to go above and beyond. And she then wished to discuss again this matter with Cinder, to which I entertained, and she, as I said, took a very opposing viewpoint. She is seeing it through the simple, narrow, it's just raccoons, it will make us look poor. It will make us look...
Poor.
It would poorly reflect on us.
I see.
Overall, she seems very averse to taking any action with it. And when it looped back around to her and guaranteeing a spot as Viscountess, I brought up the incident with Court Solmera, as that is currently what is largely holding my impression of her at guard. I'm willing to set it aside if it was truly a one-off, but you can never know with these things, so I've kept it in mind. She took the standpoint that it discouraged her from ever telling me something like that again. Which confuses me. It again seems quite narrow-minded, because as I see it, she had two options, right? She wants to duel someone of Solmera, so she either tells me or doesn't. Now, to follow down the worst possible path, she doesn't tell me, and then she follows through and duels, and I learn of it that way. I would send her home and have her tried at home. I also imagine that Solmera wouldn't be all too happy with it, and we'd have to work it out there. And I would be a lot more in the dark and less forgiving as it was kept from me. Let's say she doesn't tell me, and then she doesn't do the duel. If that then loops back around to me, I'm still going to be quite frustrated that it got to that point. I don't believe that it would carry with it any punishment, but I'm certainly going to have more questions on where her loyalty lies or where her trust lies. So not telling me is nothing but bad options, and then choosing to tell me, and then going through with the duel would have carried with it at least more context, but then of course she is violating what I told of her to not go duel other courts. So that's of course a bad option as well. And then the one she has gone, which is telling me and then not going through with the duel, at least to my knowledge, where there's no punishment, there's not her getting sent home, it is simply me being allowed to do what I need to do, which is communicate with Sol Katarina. And now all that remains is a slight stain on her record for the time being. If it's not to come up again, if nothing more similar comes to it, then it's no wait. It's a simple slip-up in the first month or two here at Everthorn. I would argue that's the best possible outcome, but she seemed quite heated over the idea. When I brought up that no, it was the best possible outcome, she took a deep breath, if I recall correctly, and said that she needed to excuse herself before she said something that would put her in worse favor. Which, I believe that when you're excusing yourself because you don't believe you have anything friendly to say, I don't think usually you would announce that. Or you shouldn't announce it because the entire purpose would be to not say something rude, but to say that you are going to say something rude is perhaps almost worse than just saying it outright.
Perhaps.
So that is the state of affairs at the moment.
Well, I see. Well, I was not aware of any incident with Court Solmera. However, the law of due consequence is, at least when it comes to our law of challenged honor, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe the stipulations for ordering a duel are quite vague. It simply requires one to feel that their honor has been tarnished. It does not state that even if the incident was caused as such by them, would it not just require them feeling as though they have been insulted for
The way
them
that
to
it
request a
was
duel?
framed to me is that Violet did something to this member of Court Solmera and then felt guilt over it and thus wanted to make sure that they were straight by doing this duel and setting things square. But from a overhead view, that is, Violet wronged someone of Solmera and then wanted to duel them to set it straight.
Rather than apologize.
Correct. Or seek by their own duel rules. Or if they have any metric for that.
Well, I cannot speak on it since I have no idea what she had done.
Nor do I.
However, in that case, I do believe that a review of expectations of Court Bloodwind's etiquette to her at the very least would be due.
Right.
In truth, I have been working on that with her. She feels incompetent.
Don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh, don't
She
laugh.
simply wishes to prove herself, and yet I believe she fears failure.
That is the plight of being in power.
Indeed.
You have any which way you should go, or can go. It is up to you to, I suppose, be comfortable with the pressure and move within it. That's why advisors exist, to reassure leaders.
Of course.
Or offer differing viewpoints, or make sure that a route is thoroughly considered before something moves forward.
Of course. Though, I suppose at the very least in my viewpoint, you are the authority figure here, and therefore your word holds precedent. However, you must consider the type of ruler you wish to be. And you have to simply understand that you hold power, and how people view those with power is, well, quite individual.
Yes.
I believe that you are concerned with her not speaking with you, however, she fears what you might do with your authority. Perhaps it is simply because she does not know you well. I simply wished to ask because I did not have full context.
Of course. I believe that we should all be following to Bloodwin standards, and should there be something to broach to me or approach me with, then it should come to me. Or it can go to you, I suppose, and then it's relayed to me if they're not comfortable speaking face to face. But there shouldn't be situations in which we're trying to duel a member of another court. There shouldn't be matters that you have to fear my response on.
I see.
And if there
Then
is, then...
perhaps that should be relayed to her.
Right. I believe I've done so, or at least tried my best, but I can certainly relay it again. I believe that if you're
Perhaps.
following by Bloodwind's expectations and standards of respect, trust, and honor above all, then you shouldn't run into these issues, and if you do, then you should have a logical fallback.
Of course. If need be, I am in a position of support to yourself and the Viscountess. So, if you would wish for me to relay information such as this to you in the future, then I may. And if mediation is needed, I can also stand in. You are both my friends, and so I do not wish for any metaphorical bad blood.
Is there anything else?
That would be all. At least not anything that I can think of.
Very well. I will let you get back to your night then.
Of course.
I have
Thank you, Your Highness.
long laundry list of materials I need to get for kingdom building. So I should get to
see.
work on that.
In the meantime, if you do have a list of enchantments you wish for me to procure for you,
I will
or
get that.
materials, do leave a list in my mailbox if you would, and
Sure.
I will see to it.
I'll get on that as soon as I can then.
Of course. And you're absolutely sure you do not want the netherite?
Yes, I already have a spare 4 ingots.
I see. At the very least, we should get you to netherite diamond armor as soon as possible, just so that you are the most protected in the most capacity you can, especially considering your dormitory has been broken into.
Yes, indeed. Hopefully, once I build the Monarch Mansion, it will be a safer place to actually sleep or rest.
Of course.
But
do you have any plans for any, I suppose, panic rooms?
Yes,
You may want
there's a great number of places to hide away or snake away to.
Good.
And I will keep you informed of those that I can, once it is actually constructed.
Of course. That is to say, I wish you protection.
Likewise.
Of course. And of course, to cover my bases.
Ah.
Just...
Does always help to have an extra of these. Thank you.
Of course. I have far too many.
Very well. Let me know if anything comes up that you need me for, or leave me a letter in vague terms if it's something serious, but thank you.
Of course. I will leave you to your night then, Your Highness.
Same to you. Need a book. Damn, she vanished. That was quick. Huh. Need a book. Unfortunately used all of my books. Okay. Good to know that I'm not crazy. Cassian taking personal bias is unacceptable in the position he has. I'm tired.